he swings, back and forward in the saddle on a horse. That was syncopated, gaited. There was such a funny meter to the roar of his repeater, how they run when they hear the fellow's gun, and the western folks all know he's a hifalootin, rootin', tootin' son of a gun from Arizona, Ragtime Cowboy Joe.
Now out in Arizona where the bad men are, the only friend to guide you is that evening star. The roughest, toughest man before was
Ragtime Cowboy Joe.
Got his name singing to the cows and sheep. Every night he'd sing his herds to sleep. In a bass voice so rich and deep, he'd croon so soft and low.
He'd always sing raggedy music to the cattle as he swings, back and forward in the saddle on a horse. That was syncopated, gaited. There was such a funny meter to the roar of his repeater, how they run when they hear the fellow's gun, and the western folks all know he's a hifalootin, rootin', tootin' son of a gun from Arizona, Ragtime Cowboy Joe.
Now he always rode his pony with a syncopated gait, a-riding and a-singing till the night was late. The singing, this shootin', this man in the state was
Ragtime Cowboy Joe.
Now the rattlesnakes couldn't even scratch his hide. Scorpions would bite him, crawl off and die. He was 10 times tougher than the toughest man alive, old Ragtime Cowboy Joe.
He'd always sing raggedy music to the cattle as he swings, back and forward in the saddle on a horse. That was syncopated, gaited. There was such a funny meter to the roar of his repeater, how they run when they hear the fellow's gun, and the western folks all know he's a hifalootin, rootin', tootin' son of a gun from Arizona, Ragtime Cowboy Joe.
Now sitting in the bunkhouse every night, the way he'd hoot and holler was an awful fright, scare the little bed bugs out of sight.
Ragtime Cowboy Joe.
Well, he'd strum his old guitar till the break of day, saddle up his pony and ride away. Out across the prairie where the doggies stray rode Ragtime Cowboy Joe.
He'd always sing raggedy music to the cattle as he swings, back and forward in the saddle on a horse. That was syncopated, gaited. There was such a funny meter to the roar of his repeater, how they run when they hear the fellow's gun, and the western folks all know he's a hifalootin, rootin', tootin' son of a gun from Arizona, Ragtime Cowboy Joe.
Now Joe's in the city where the boys all go, every night he's singing on the radio, standing there a-grinning and swaying to and fro, old
Ragtime Cowboy Joe.
Well, he's used to singing to the cows and sheep, now he's singing pretty little girls to sleep. But back in Arizona where the doggies roll, he's still old Cowboy Joe.
He'd always sing raggedy music to the cattle as he swings, back and forward in the saddle on a horse. That was syncopated, gaited. There was such a funny meter to the roar of his repeater, how they run when they hear the fellow's gun, and the western folks all know he's a hifalootin, rootin', tootin' son of a gun from Arizona, Ragtime Cowboy Joe.